Hello. Uh, the the higher densities are available, and Sapphire and Steel have been recalled. Sapphire and Steel is an audio a set of audio adventures done by Big Finish, and this time we're doing Water Like Stone, and this is Geeks Assembled, and with me is Lee. And we are assembled here today for audio heads. And yeah, Sapphire and Steel are really perpendicular. And I just enjoyed this a lot. And yeah, I have a lot of questions about sort of this theater that they were at and stuff like that. And I just am really curious what Lee thought about it, you know? So why don't you open us up with your medium density?
Well, well, if you're a fan of Sapphire and Steel, you know that they're sort of like time agents who are assigned to a special case where time has broken through and it is causing problems. This one, as I say, it's set in an old abandoned derelict theatre, which was built on top of where a church used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sapphire and Steel arrive on Christmas Eve of all times. Um, played played brilliantly by David Warner and Susanna Harker as always. Um, yeah, and there's some strange goings on. There's one person in the building, played by Nicholas Briggs, who's setting up a sort of recital on stage for a show in this sort of like derelict theatre, where we found out that his father's plays used to play at the theatre, but there's some strange goings on. Um, the piano playing. Then we found out that the piano playing is being played by Ruby, which is another time agent played by Lisa Bowerman.
She's a medium density one as well, and yeah, she's
I
got
think
uh, this connection with with the Sapphire and Steel being together all the time, but it's usually Ruby and what was it like uh carbamide or something like that, and
that
so yeah,
she
by herself.
and so, I mean, this one you sort of get the vibe of the TV series, the Train Station. If you've ever seen that one, it's got the same sort of feel about it. Um, and it's not long before something strange happens and Sapphire and Steel are sort of separated in time.
Yeah.
Um, and then it takes a while for Ruby to figure out that they're not separated in time physically on the planet, they're separated in time, they're in the plays.
Yes.
It's because they're playing out these scenes and you're thinking, oh, this is like Great Expectations from by Charles
Yeah.
Dickens, Cinderella, things like that. And of course, there's this great flood in history when the church was flooded and so many people were killed. So they have to really try and save them before any of that, does a rerun.
Right.
It's really, I mean, it's all interconnected, interwoven. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I hadn't listened to this since the first time I heard it when I got the disc. So this is the only second time I've listened to this one.
Right.
Um, great atmosphere. Really well written by who was it? Is it Nigel Fairs? Yeah,
Yep,
Nigel
it's
Fairs.
Nigel Fairs.
And this time we've got two of the producers in this, as we say, Lisa Bauman and Nicholas Briggs. So he's playing Arthur, the son of the playwright in this, who's as Sapphire senses, he's hiding something. So it's dark, it's eerie. It's not really. It's not really. I know it's set on Christmas Eve, and there is, a couple of songs, "God Rest You, Merry Gentlemen" and stuff like that. But it's not really a Christmassy feel story. But
In as much as there's there's an energy about the Dickens plays
oh yeah.
so
But it's not full on baubles and tinsel and
right.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was really because for me, Sapphire and Steel is one of the best franchises ever created by PJ Hammond. TV wise, audio wise, the spookier, the more eerie it gets, the better for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed listening to this again, Susan. So over to you.
Yeah. Thanks for suggesting this one. I had kind of put a pin in Sapphire and Steel and hadn't gone back to it very much, but I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the interplay with Ruby. I like the fact that I think it's Ruby and Cobalt that are usually together. I don't know. What was it, Cobalt or Carbon or something like that? Anyway, Ruby usually has her partner, who's another one of the
she also mentions that Lead has Jet. So Jet and Lead go together. So they're partnered together, yeah. Which we meet Lead in the TV series.
Yeah, and there was and those two were together in the one that was called The School. There is let me see, there is or maybe they just mentioned there. Anyway, it was a while ago that I listened to The School, but there was a big point about the way that the words were written. Like some of the people in the church didn't want to affect it because the way the words are written gave life to whatever that they were doing there, to whatever that time preacher was doing there. And so when they were rewriting the scripts, like that was very hard for the that was the rub. And I like that there was
great scenes there. Yeah, great scenes with like David Warner plays Steele doing sort of joking, throwing a few jokes with Mrs. Havisham. Just trying to get out of the
script. Yeah,
altering it. Yeah,
little ad libs here and there. That was great. And David Warner is such a great actor. Oh my gosh, it was just fun. I really can't believe that he's gone. It just trips me out so much. And then there's the other thing that was this theater was like in the West End. It was called like the Capitol Palace or something. And I just had this thinking of derelict theaters, like just a really sort of the most eerie of places, and how much time is compressed into a theater. because
Mm.
not only all the different kinds of plays, like you've got everything from you know Shakespeare and Greek tragedy all the way up to like Phantom of the Opera and Streetcar, or excuse me, Starlight Express and stuff like that that are like more.
They're the big theaters.
But I mean, this is what's all in a theater.
Yeah,
It's the compression of time, and so
yeah.
of course
I was
you're.
I was picturing a theater sort of visually like Jago's theater that
Oh,
all because of the music hall song what kept going on about getting married.
and the piano being terribly out of
Yeah.
tune.
I kept picturing it as being one of those sort of theaters.
Right. Okay. I see that. Yeah. Okay. And what else did you think about the how they found out where that shear spot was, where they came to the point where they were able to get everybody back to their places.
Well, to go a little bit back, with the characters in Great Expectations and Cinderella and all that, are played by like an older version of Ruby,
Uh-huh.
Mrs. Havisham, and a young like a little girl of Sapphire, and so all the characters were the same people but older, younger,
Yeah.
which I thought was a great idea. um, as I said, as you just asked how they got to the thing where freeing them from the plays. Um, I mean, Ruby was going to. Ruby thought the lot they were lost forever, so she
Yeah.
was going to destroy the plays. um, and then she sort of sacrifices herself. Um, Goes into the plays to keep them locked, I suppose,
Yeah.
because they say she never comes back, or does she?
What does she?
That may be another story.
Well, it's as a time as a time agent, she's just or uh, a medium weight, uh,
Hmm.
agent. She can she can when Sapphire and Steel were able to move things back and set things to right. Um, Ruby was probably able to step out of it then. You know,
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that it was there was a lot of time compressed in that place, and yeah. So I mean, I bet no matter how long it felt for Ruby that she was able to do to move back into the regular time stream then. And it's just weird talking about the regular time stream with Sapphire and Steel because you never know what the normal is, and that's really the cool thing about the show and about the audio adventures is that there just has been no secure, you know, uh, timeline ever given about anything.
they're all over the place.
They
Uh,
are all over the place, and so that's like a really cool thing about this show is that it just causes you to like have to think, you know, this is this way, and my
I
character,
did.
my character's doing this other thing. Go on.
I mean, I did like the eeriness of it with the where they could hear the audience cheering and clapping, singing
Yeah,
along, and then they open the door. There's nobody there. I mean,
right.
that's just so Sapphire and Steel. Um, but there was also a hint as well because the posters were for the play. Was it the abandoned lady?
Yeah,
And she says to Steele, "You recognise the ship on the poster?" Should
so
I?
Mary Celeste.
So they're hinting that they had something to do with the Mary Celeste there, which is that's a story has never been told.
Right.
And I always thought it was the Daleks.
And I always thought it was like the Bermuda Triangle.
I don't think that it was found anywhere near there, was it? I don't know.
I don't either.
But yeah,
But I thought it was something like that anyway.
but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Um, Acting so well. I mean, we're all so used now to Nicholas Briggs producing and writing and playing, doing alien voices for like Daleks and Cybermen and
But
things.
this was his this was a more natural voice. This was him
Yeah,
playing Arthur.
it was nice. It was nice to see him acting
Yeah,
quite a big part in it because you sometimes he does a little bits here and there in the audio as a little sad character, and blink and you'll not blink, but yeah, blink and you'll miss him sort of thing. But this one,
yeah,
he was a fully fleshed out character, so it was good for it, to get his acting hat on in this one.
agreed.
But yeah,
So anything else you want to add?
um, no, not really. I'd say it was. I did say I did like the portrayal of the way they did the Great Expectations thing,
Yeah, that was great.
with Bowerman putting on her old gravelly ancient voice for Mrs. Havisham. You know, I'm surprised. I mean, have they done any Charles Dickens adaptations? That's a big thing.
Not
I
that
don't.
I know.
No, I would say I'm surprised they haven't dipped the toe into that. Done one. I can't think of one if they have done one, but yeah, it would be nice. I know they used to do the classic adaptations, didn't they? Every so often, like they did Dracula, they did Frankenstein.
Yeah,
So did they do Treasure Island as well? Um, but yeah, it would be nice to see them dip the toe in a Dickens adaptation because it
yeah,
works so well. Just them short bits with Havisham but yeah, apart from that, I really enjoyed it. It was supernaturally eerie. I liked it.
uh, yeah, and through through its eeriness, it's just it really is some of like Susan Harker's and David Warner's good work. I really love the way they play the characters. I mean, you get to the point where you know I haven't I don't even hear Lumley or
Mhm.
what's his name, um,
McCallum.
McCallum. I was just gonna say Callum, but that's the other guy, Callum. Um, yeah, uh, and you're catching this as a at the top of their game. Like
Yeah,
I really think that you know even if they do get this back this franchise back, it would really be hard to find another person who plays Steel quite as good as David Warner. So yeah, um, if that was everything.
Mhm.
I'd like to find out what your final say and score is, then, please.
Oh, right. Sapphire and Steel, as I say, it's one of the best creations. And I'm surprised they haven't done more with the franchise over the years. Mostly tied up in red tape, most probably still. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Acting amazing. It's just a great feel to it. So I'm going to give this 10. Ooh, what should I give it? 10 royal boxes out of 10.
Nice. Yeah, that was also cool that they were anticipating the arrival of the Queen
Mhm.
again, Victoria again. It harkens right back to Lee's favorite time frame.
It's all right.
Yeah, I will give this 10 lousy, uh, quasi out of tune pianos out of 10. Like you, it was almost uncomfortable to listen to the playing, but that was some of the joy of the thing. And yeah, so you could tell it was like an old orchestra pit or whatever. And yeah, really cool. Uh, that Really cool that they included Ruby, and really cool that um, they were able to draw you into visualizing that place so much. And
Yeah.
it was very like claustrophobic feel in the fact that that only happened in that one theater. um,
I mean, I,
in the
I
church.
can't, yeah, I can't understand when certain people say about audio drama, they can't listen to it. They need to see visually. Well, you can visualize with your mind.
Mhm.
That's the better visualization than you would on a TV screen
Right, right,
because
right.
you can imagine anything.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
Look,
And thanks, and we want you to visualize subscribing to our channel, hitting the bell notification, and also probably be a really good idea if you liked this video or disliked this video. If you're another podcaster who doesn't like us, then you should probably hit the dislike. Just do anything, because it's going to affect our place in the algorithm. And another
yeah,
thing that's really exciting about us is that we do talk about an audio adventure every other week. So yeah, stay tuned. Um, More to come. And um, let's see. Join our social media. Uh, we are on Facebook, um, X, and we are. Uh, Lee's got a really cool um, Instagram that's like
yeah,
that just shows where we're going all the time, and where we've been, and also gives you a chance to watch something you haven't watched in a while. Also, I've noticed that is coming up. And then the other thing is our Facebook group is a fun place to converse with us. If you want to join us, please do. Um, just drop Lee a little message, and or you can leave a comment below if you would. And uh, thanks for listening to and watching our podcasts. And yeah, see you in a fortnight for another audio heads. All right.